Today is Tuesday, October 8th. I just finished my work for the morning, so oh my gosh, I am very tired. I stayed up really late last night and got up super early. But now that I've finished work, I am going to work on a project. Last night while editing, I continued to work the stockinette on my sleeve since it's just knitting in the round and I'm not doing any decreases, so it was kind of easier to focus on this once I was reviewing the video. My other option this morning would be my Frosted Pumpkin Stitchery cross stitch, because the new clue comes out on Thursday and I'm like halfway done, so I need to either work on that or accept the fact that I might be a little behind. But I think what I want to do is continue sewing together my quilt squares just because it's tedious and I want to accomplish it. I love the orange autumn glow in here right now. It's daylight outside now. My daughter's actually still sleeping, which is pretty remarkable. She doesn't usually sleep this late. I finished... Where did they go? Oh, I moved them away, but I finished sewing all those blocks together pretty quickly, so unfortunately I left the rest of them in the room where my daughter's sleeping, so I couldn't keep working on that. But I picked up my cross stitch, and as you can see, I'm about to finish the little hair. I'm about to finish up like the ears, and then I'm going to stitch in the face, and that's when it's really going to come to life. And then all I'll have left is the big purple block where the label for the animal will go. So that'll be nice and easy. So I will definitely have this done before the clue releases on Thursday. And the other thing I'm doing is I'm watching one of my favorite people on YouTube. This is Sugarfolk Handmade. She is such a doll and I love all of her projects. I feel like she and I are probably pretty similar as people and the things that we like. So that's what I'm doing. I'm sure my daughter will wake up any minute now, but I'm kind of hoping to just get the hair finished before she does. My daughter just woke up, so there we go. I added in the little flowers and the cheeks, and now I need to do the face, the rest of the ears, and then I have to do all the back stitching for the little hands and the face, and then the purple square, and this is done. But oh, it's looking so cute. Got my podcast a few months ago. You may have seen this little Pinafore dress that I sewed for my daughter. It is absolutely adorable. I also made an orange one, which was a little bit more of a muslin, and she's worn that one a few times already. But now that it's fully October and it's a slightly chilly morning, I think it would be cute to put this on her today. This is I think the brand is Mio Mai Sewing, and it's the Flutter Pinafore. You can see I don't have a serger, so it frays a little bit on the inside. But on the outside, it's just great. I'm sorry, it's hard to do this with one hand. I should have propped this up on something. So here's the Pinafore. So I'm going to put this on her today because I thought that would be sweet. I want to knit a cream-colored sweater to go underneath, but I just haven't had the time, so I'm going to put on a yellow undershirt. I think it's just precious. Actually wearing my yellow Ranunculus again, just like last night. Wow, do you have a pumpkin? That pumpkin came from our garden. You have more pumpkins? That one's beautiful. Thank you.
It's
A pumpkin.
more
More pumpkin. That one came from our garden. Ooh, wow, that's a big, heavy pumpkin. It's heavier than it looks.
Mama?
That's a spaghetti squash. We bought that.
Mama?
Oh, those aren't pumpkins, but they are squash and sweet potatoes.
Mama?
Oh, look.
No, it's pump. Speed pump.
Bee and pumpkin. Very clever.
Oh. Wow, Mama.
You're doing fine. All right, we got to go to work. Put most of it away, but for the past several hours, I have been scanning up the remainder of the yarn that was drying. So there's a good bit that I've put out on the shelves, or on the hooks rather. But these are the ones that I have left, and some of these are reserved. But she's yelling at her popcorn. My daughter is taking her nap. We're at the shop. I've been working non-stop this morning. I had to finish packing up the rest of the orders. Again, not the pre-orders yet, but Yeah, and then I've been labeling lots of yarn that I also had to skein, and so I'm starting to feel a little bit caught up. I don't have that many more tasks that I need to accomplish, and tomorrow I had a customer, and you know, it's always funny when people come when R's napping because we have to whisper to each other. Anyway, I think I was saying that tomorrow my daughter will be with her grandparents, so I will be able to wrap up the rest of any tasks that I need to do tomorrow. Although again, I think I've pretty much done as much as I can until the yarn comes in that I have to dye for the pre-order. That'll be here in probably a couple days. So right now I'm working on sewing up my squares, and I need to turn the camera around and show you. I'm on the last strip of the back panel, and the seaming looks so much better now, so of course I got much better at it as I went. So yeah, let me show you. So I'm on this row right now. I ended up moving a few things around from when I last showed it. So I'm on this row, I've done these two, and I have to do the rest of these. And then I'm gonna put these 2 rows together, and then I'm gonna put that chunk of 2 rows with this chunk of 2 rows. And then it'll be done. Yesterday my daughter only ended up napping for maybe half an hour, so today we'll see if she takes a nice hour-long nap or if it's just quick, but it would be nice to finish all of this. We'll see. Here's what I managed to get done today. I stitched both of these strips together with just the independent squares, and now I'm almost halfway through sewing these 2 together, and then I'll attach this to this, and then I'm going to block this. I'm very excited to see it all blocked out, but I am going to block it and make sure that everything really looks neat before I move on to the shoulders or picking up her sleeves or ribbing or anything like that, because as I was saying in yesterday's video, you know, the seaming, there's a little left to be desired here, but when I pull on it and I kind of stretch it as though it was blocked, it looks nice. But I want to double check before I put in extra work, because if it's going to look sloppy with my seaming, I would rather just go ahead and take out all the seaming. It's only taken like a day and a half to get it done. I'd rather take it all out and tighten things up. But I have high hopes. I think it's going to turn out well. The tea that my lovely friend Stephanie brought for me a couple of days ago. This is from the Smithbird House, which is a bed and breakfast and tea room in Prattville, Alabama, which isn't too far from here. I've yet to make time to make a trip, but they do a tea service, so I would like to go there one day. This one is called Snowflake, and it sounds delicious. I don't think I've had a chance to say one coherent thought to this camera all day, so I'm sorry if everything I've said has just stopped and started quickly. It's actually about 4 o'clock, which means it's time to close for the day. My daughter and I are wrapping things up. My very lovely husband came and picked up, there were like over 50 packages that needed to be taken to the post office and to UPS. So if you ordered a package, if you ordered some yarn or other little trinkets over the weekend, they're probably on their way to you. I think there's only one order that has to be packed up tomorrow, and then of course all of the pre-orders. But otherwise, check your emails for tracking numbers because everything is already on the way, which feels excellent. I'm being led around by my toddler. I told her it's time to go and she told me no. Okay, it's dark outside. My husband is making us pumpkin soup, so I'm going to make this my last update for today. I'm not going to work on this anymore tonight, but I officially accomplished what I set out to do today, and I finished the other half of the back. So tomorrow if I have the time, I'm going to sew these together, and then I'll have the back panel done for my cardigan. For this top one, I seamed it and then I ripped it back out and did it again because it was a little wonky, and now that I'm seeing it in the light, it still kind of is. But I'm still holding out hope that it's going to kind of fix itself a bit with blocking, and I think that's really going to make a difference. So before I make any judgments on starting over or redoing anything, I'm going to block it and just see how it goes.